Hey, this is Marty from Dinner with Dad, and I want to tell you about this cute little place that I found. So, about an hour west of Nashville on I-40, in a little town called Hurricane Mills, there's a distillery called Gutterbound Distillery. Now, Hurricane Mills is noted for Loretta Lynn's Dude Ranch, and I think there are a couple other restaurants there too, but this place is going to take off. I can tell you that right now. It's a 100 proof moonshine, 9 different flavors. They gave me some recipes which I'll show you. I taste tested every one of them. Every one of them is unique in its own way. So you really have to kind of go there and do a taste test to see which one you want, which they do. It's amazing. 2 of the nicest people I ever met. So here, you know what? Instead of me just talking about it, let me show you who they really are. So watch this.
My name is Sanford Markham, and this is my dream. So thank you so much for coming out and seeing us. So this is our shine mash. Basically what we use is corn and a little bit of sugar to bring up the specific gravity of the mash. We'll cook our corn at 160 degrees for about an hour and a half. Once we're done cooking, we strain it off. And I don't like fermenting on grain too much because you can end up with a bacterial infection if it gets too warm. Fermentation takes about 7 to 10 days. We'll let the mash cool for 24 hours before we pitch our yeast. As you can see, this is a newer one. Those in the back have been fermenting a little bit longer, probably about 2 days. So our corn comes from MPS Farms. They're about 15 minutes up the road here in Centerville. The reason why we're fermenting in here right now is because at one point in time, about 2 weeks ago, it was too cold to ferment out there. And if it gets too cold, they will not ferment. The yeast go to sleep. Now, if they get too hot, they actually start to boil over, and they produce a byproduct that makes your alcohol taste like a rubber garden hose. Yeah, they're very finicky. They like a certain temperature. Our yeast ferment pretty good around 68 to 74 degrees. Okay. So that's their happy environment here. Other people will do it at 90 degrees or 100. This is where my guys are happy. So, okay. And everybody's yeast, perform a little differently.
Hi, I'm Jess with Gutterbound Distillery in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, and this is our business. We make moonshine, 9 different flavors currently, a vodka and a spiced rum. Our goal is to start barreling our bourbons this coming fall. We run a small mom and pop micro distillery with a total of 2 part-time employees and a family of the 4 of us that actually work here to make the product that we put out for sale. You can't buy our product anywhere else. It's something you can only get from our distillery. We don't have a distributor currently because we're too small to sustain that. We're currently running on 2 53-gallon stills, and we make our mash and everything else right here, start to finish in this building. Is our mash tun. This is where you cook the mash, which is 100% corn, and then once that is cooked, basically you're cooking it down to convert those natural sugars that are in the starch of the corn into sugar. Once the mash goes into our still, this is an electric system, and it's run by either my husband, myself, or our son. We fill the mash into the 53-gallon stills, crank the heat to it. It has electric burners, and basically the process with this reflux column is the stills will heat up, and that mash will get to a boil. Once it boils, that alcohol is hot enough to turn to a vapor. That vapor will then travel up into the column, passing through each of the copper plates that are located inside that column. Once the alcohol vapor hits the reflux condenser at the top, that is got ice cold water run to it. That ice cold water will then take that steam and turn it back into a liquid. The liquid will then drip out the parrot into our collection containers, and that's how we get the alcohol.
So I've always had a love for alcohol and the production of it, and it's just, there's a lot of workmanship and craftsmanship that goes into making alcohol, and most people don't understand the process and the time it takes to produce that one bottle. There's a lot of heartache, blood, sweat, and tears that go into those bottles, especially with a smaller distillery, because we don't have the manpower to mass produce, but you still get that bottle of craftsmanship that what this country was built on. So this was my dream, was to open a distillery, and my wife and family supported me, and we opened it here, and we love Tennessee. Tennessee's been very good to us.
Where'd you come from?
I'm originally from Florida.
How long have you been?
I've been here since 2015. We opened October 12th of 2019, and about December to January is when COVID hit. So that was a little bit of a challenge. We continued to make our product. We had switched over to make hand sanitizer. We didn't produce a whole lot, but we produced as much as we could, and we distributed through our community, our first responders. And, it was important for them to have that, especially at that time, because everything was bought up and your major companies weren't able to provide that. So we were very blessed to be able to help out. And it wasn't much, we weren't able to do much, but it was still a blessing to be able to do it. Next to my wife and children, this is my pride and joy.
Good answer, sir.
So,
Good
thank you.
answer.
So I've got 2 kids I'm very proud of. My wife, I wouldn't trade her for nothing. So when we opened this place, I wanted the atmosphere for when you walk through that door to know that you were family, you're part of this.
Like I said, 2 of the nicest people I ever met. They welcomed me in. They didn't hesitate to help me with my business as I'm trying to help them with theirs. So let's do a little something here. I've tried these straight. This is the strawberry lemonade. I tried this one, and I tried the peach. These 2 are my favorite, and if I had a choice, I probably would have taken all 9. She does a little thing where she kind of mixes them together, or she shows you how to mix them. So I'm going to attempt to do that right now. So I'm going to take this one glass here. If you ever gone to Puckett's, that's what you get. And I'm going to take the peach. Now I wouldn't put a lot in there because it is moonshine. It's pretty strong. Now you take that peach moonshine and then you mix it with sweet tea. See, you don't even know you drink it. That is really, really good. You could drink it straight on ice, but it makes like really great mixers. So this is the one she told me about, which was interesting. She took V8 Splash, the strawberry lemonade V8 Splash, so everybody can get V8 Splash. She filled it up, right about there. And then she took the strawberry lemonade one, put it in there, mix it up a little bit. You can see it, you can kind of see, which is really cool, you can see it floating in there. Yeah, see, that's really, really good too. But like I said, it's so smooth that it could be dangerous. Well, that being said, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, 2 of the nicest people I've ever met. I hope somehow you can support them. Just like all of us during this time, we've gone through struggles and tribulations and had things that just come up in our lives that might slow us down. These 2 keep fighting and fighting and fighting, and I really respected them. I was honored that they allowed me to come in and do this with them. So all I can say is I am a Gutter Bound Distillery fan now, and catch you later.